Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Cancer for the end of June. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you. We're going to be taking a look at the timeline of June 23rd, so last week of June, all the way to July 10th. Reason I chose July 10th is that is the full moon in Capricorn. So we'll be taking a look at what is coming to a close here for you as we close out the month. Let me go ahead and get all of the cards out here. We'll get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. Okay. And I think that's looking just about good enough to me for right now. All right. Energy on the bottom. You have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords may indicate that there's a little bit of like difficult communication coming forward for you here in the future. It can say that there's maybe a delay around something, around a process, or if you've been waiting to hear back for something, it may indicate that there's a little bit of a delay. It doesn't mean that it won't come in. This is very much like a Mercury retrograde card, in that, during retrogrades, things may take longer than usual, or there may be delay in a flight or whatever, right? So you can kind of think of it that way. The Page of Swords may also be somebody on another level, on a much more positive level. This may be somebody who's like really, really intelligent and capable of finding answers to hard problems or solving hard problems. And so some of you may also be kind of putting that hat on as well during this period of time. But let's go ahead and let's see how this folds into the reading here, okay? So taking a look here, I do see a little bit of brokenheartedness that some of you may be dealing with at this time. Something didn't go your way, if this is not a relationship reading for you. Something didn't go your way, or there's something that you're feeling just a little bit down about. And you may have found out something about someone, Cancer, okay? You may have found out the truth about something, okay? You may have been in the dark about something and you found the truth, something like this. Let me go ahead and let's see if we can get some more specific details on this. You have the Five of Cups in the middle. So the Five of Cups, you can see the locket that they're holding here. There's a heart. This is like, can be an energy of like brokenheartedness in a certain way. This person's feeling down about these three cups here. You actually also have the Three of Cups as well. But you won't be down for too long, Cancer. I can tell you that much, because in the future, you definitely have something to celebrate in this final column here, which I really, really like this energy for you. You definitely have something to celebrate, but I think some of you are maybe processing something here that is a little bit emotionally difficult or challenging, okay? And I think that there was maybe, prior to this reading, some difficult communication that you learned. You may also, this may be an indicator that this is coming forward for you as well if this hasn't happened yet. The reason is some of the difficult messages here in the middle, as opposed to the first column. But yeah, this may be coming in as well if this didn't already happen prior to this reading. The goal is not to make you like anxious in these readings. I'm going to give you some really good things to look forward to throughout this reading. So yeah, let's go ahead and expand on this, because there are definitely some really, really good things to look forward to here. In the first column, you have the Four of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. I should just say, with the Five of Cups and the Page of Swords, it is sort of like you've had difficult communication. The Seven of Swords is in here as well. It's a challenging combination. Okay, we'll talk about that more. But with the Four of Cups, this person here is missing out on a blessing, you could say. That's the way I'm going to frame it for you. Okay, this person's missing out on a blessing. Okay, they could take the universe's offer here, which you see the hand of God or the hand of the universe offering this person an opportunity or a way out. this can say that there's a solution to your sadness in this case, or whatever it may be. There's a solution here, okay? And there is something to look forward to. Notice how we have these 3 cups here again, right? So, especially as you have this 5 of cups, which the classic message, which you may have heard other people read when they look at this 5 of cups, is, yeah, there are 3 cups that are spilled here, but there are 2 cups behind the person that are upright and full. So it indicates that there's something to look forward to, okay? There is something to look forward to. Yes, these 3 cups are empty or spilled in both the 4 of cups and the 5 of cups, but I hope that you're seeing that there's opportunity through this situation, through the cracks, so to speak. There is opportunity here, okay? And I think that the word determination is coming forward here. As I look at the 10 of Wands, this person is determined, despite the fact that they have already crossed the finish line, they are determined to keep going forward, okay? The 10 of Wands is all about hard work, effort. I think some of you here are going to continue going forward, and I think that there will be a completion. This completion may end up being somewhat of a blessing in disguise, because as I look at this 4 of Cups, I said, look, there's a blessing available, but they can't see it, right? Or they're choosing not to see it. And then we have this Wheel of Fortune here, which can really indicate destiny in one's life. The Wheel of Fortune says that fate is coming forward for you, or the situations in your life are turning in your favor, okay? This can speak to fate, destiny, and situations going your way. This represents luck as well. Destiny, good fortune, these sorts of things. But it's all about how you make it, right? Or it's all about what you do with it, because the Wheel of Fortune the idea of the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel keeps spinning. So there's an opportunity here. This is actually a really important combination, right? When you get the 4 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, there's an opportunity here, very clearly. But this opportunity, as it's connected to the Wheel of Fortune in this case, will not be here forever, okay? So there's an opportunity to work through whatever is going on right now, but whatever opportunity the universe is trying to give you may not come around all of the time, or it may not come around too often, right? Or it may not stick around forever, because the idea of the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel keeps spinning, okay? So we see this theme here with the 4 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune coming forward for you. So there's really an opportunity to change your situation around. Let's go ahead and let's try to expand on that here in the middle column. You have the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. So 7 of Swords, 5 of Cups. 7 of Swords is a card I don't like, but it is what it is, right? Every tarot card has a reason, and there's a reason why we pulled the 7 of Swords. This card can indicate deception, okay? It can indicate like trickery, or thievery, trickery, these types of things can come forward. It can also be sort of like this idea of backstabbing as well. When you see the 7 of Swords, this is somebody that pulled something over on you, right? You weren't expecting it, and here you are. And you may have found out something about a person with the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Cups that you are now dealing with, especially because the Page of Swords influences here, indicating communication or this news having been delivered to you, okay? And yeah, I think that this is probably the kind of like core theme of this 5 of Cups situation in this case. So I think some of you are a little bit surprised or stunned to have learned something. 4 of Cups, this person's kind of like frozen. They're kind of like a little bored. They're not moving. And it's this idea, I think somebody, maybe even there was like some gaslighting or something like this that happened here. And here's the deal. Despite all of this happening, your situation is changing. There's movement in your situation, okay? The 2 of Pentacles can indicate movement, okay? The Pentacle is going up, the Pentacle is going down. You can see the waves in the background crashing, the boat moving forward. This indicates a changing situation, a moving situation, okay? And so despite maybe going through something difficult here, there is positive movement forward ahead for you. Okay, this is something that I really want to put forward for you. There's a path forward for you in this reading. And we're going to go ahead and clarify very soon here and see where this path may be leading you, or to see if we can get some additional details on this path. But there is movement here, okay? It's very much available to you, but it's all about how you want to approach it, or it's all about, like, do you want to take advantage of the situation in front of you, right? So let's go ahead, let's move to the final column here. You have the Ace of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Wands here. So Ace of Wands, I love this energy. So you're a little bit down and out right now, maybe in the current situation, maybe at the time that you have seen this reading, or the time that you clicked on this reading, but you will not be in this space forever, okay? The Three of Cups is all about good times with others, right? Celebration, kind of letting loose a little bit here. You see the three friends or the three sisters dancing. They're throwing their cups in the air. It's raining. They don't care, right? They're having a good time. And I think that you will have something to celebrate here in the future. I think there may even be like an event that you're looking forward to with the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups. Four of Wands can indicate ceremonies. Something to take your mind off of whatever happened here, I don't think would be the worst thing for you right now based on this reading, or advice I would say for you right now based on this reading. Maybe some of you want to call some connections and some friends, some family members, colleagues, whatever. Maybe do like a meetup or whatever the case may be here with the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups. I would not be surprised. There's something here that you will do that will feel very good, that will take your mind off of whatever was going on with the Seven of Swords, Five of Cups, Page of Swords energy. And this may even be kind of like enlightening. On another level, with the Ace of Wands, this is a passionate new beginning in life. It's the spark of life in the tarot. This says that you will set a course on a new path for yourself here based on this reading. And I think that you're going to end up putting your needs and your interests first, okay? And I think that this may even be something new for you as well. You may be somebody who gives a lot to people. You may be somebody who gives a lot to a situation. But I think that you're going to be putting your own happiness first here as a result of whatever happens here that you learned about, based on this, connected to this Five of Cups, Seven of Swords energy. And I like, by the way, I talked about like movement, I talked about like motion here. I like the direction that you are moving, okay? I really do, based on this reading. I think that some of you may also be very interested in making a shift or a change in your business or career situation. With the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune, you may connect with the right people to create something as well. Here with the Ace of Wands, Three of Cups, and the Four of Wands, for sure. Let's go ahead and let's move into the clarification, the clarifications portion of this reading. I'm going to go ahead and start off by pulling some oracle cards. Oop, I missed one here. I'm using the 22 Archangels Oracle by Kyle Gray. This is actually the first time I'm using this deck in this set of readings. Let me know if you resonate with this Oracle deck. I think I'm liking it so far, but I think I have all of his cards. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's pull some of these for you. All right. Energy on the bottom. I think you're the first person to get this. You have Amethyst, Metamorphosis. You are in a vortex of deep transformation. Surrender to the process that's unfolding. Yeah. So this is very much like the Death card. Okay, Death card's all about the major transformations that happen from time to time in one's life. But this idea of you are in a vortex of deep transformation, I like this for you. Let's go ahead and let's see what else you've pulled here. You have Raziel, Inner Workings. There are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. Then you have Azrael, Transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. Okay, I like this for you. Own your story. And I think through these experiences, by the way, with the Ten of Wands, each wand that this person is holding represents an experience that they've learned along their journey or along the way. And I think that you are probably in this, regardless of where you are in life, like regardless of your age or whatever. You're having some kind of experience that you are constantly learning from. Okay? Let's see what else we have here. I think you're the first person to get Orion. Orion, manifestation vortex. Focus your energy with unwavering faith to manifest the outcome you require. Okay, I like this. And then you have Sandalphon, I think is how you say it, building the bridge. Your role is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. Wow. Okay, we'll be looking out to see if the Magician comes forward here for you in the clarifications with this Orion card. But I think for you, the two cards are this that I really would point to are this Azrael and Raziel. The idea of like owning your story and like learning from experience, and then also the hidden meaning behind of the hidden truths that you're learning through this experience. All right, why don't we go ahead and let's pull some tarot cards here. Now, Cancer, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. Okay. You have Knight of Cups, Ten of Wands, clarifying the Ten of Wands, and the Justice card. Wow, recently in this set of readings, I've been getting cards clarifying themselves, okay? So you have the Ten of Wands clarifying the Ten of Wands. This is a really important card for you. I kind of highlighted it at the beginning of this reading, which is like this idea of perseverance. And I forget exactly the word I used, but this person's continuing to move forward and continuing to move forward despite having already crossed the finish line. They're persevering. They're continuing to go ahead. And I think that this is something that you are ready to do here. Okay, this is something you're ready to do. I also think that you are a very experienced person, and you have learned another experience, or you've figured out another experience, or you've had another experience based on this Five of Cups, Seven of Swords energy here. Okay, and I think that you are really learning during this period of time, and I think it's more of like these are lessons that you don't learn from books or in school, traditional school. These are lessons that you learn from life. Okay, this is the idea of the Ten of Wands. Okay, and you here have the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card. So the Wheel of Fortune, number 10, Justice card, number 11. Justice card, you find out the kind of cause and effect of the action or inaction that you took with this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is about your destiny. It says that there's an opportunity in front of you, but it won't be there forever. Okay, and the Justice card says that we all get the outcomes that we deserve because the outcome is based on our actions. Okay, and so you see the outcome of the Wheel of Fortune with the Justice card. Okay, so number 10 into 11. Okay, so the idea here is that I think that this is really nice for you because I think that you will seize the opportunity here. I think that there is a new beginning. I think there's an opportunity. I think that you will go for it, and I think that this will end up being very good for you. You then have the Knight of Cups. I think for some of you, this is probably connected to love. No way. Wow. Seven of Swords, clarifying the Seven of Swords. High Priestess, and the Hermit. Wow. So that's that is pretty insane. We have pretty incredible, I should say. Seven of Swords clarifying itself, Ten of Wands clarifying itself. Ten of Wands can also indicate like difficulty, right? And with the Seven of Wands, to me, this is just a reconfirmation that somebody really did you wrong here. Okay, you feel really slighted by something, and the fact that the High Priestess is here as well. This can represent, based on the reading, secrets. High Priestess may indicate secrets here, Cancer, okay? And I think it's that you are in the dark about something, okay? You are in the dark about something here. Even like the Hermit, it indicates the Hermit is, there's a lot of things actually here with the Hermit for you. This is actually a very interesting card to get, but the Hermit's in the dark, right? And they're trying to find the answers from within, but they're on their own. And I think that the other thing about the Hermit is this is somebody who is wise. This is somebody who's a sage. They're a lifelong learner. They're potentially a master in the tarot. And we talked about how like you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining experience, you're gaining wisdom. And you may already be a very wise person, but there is always another opportunity to learn. And I think that this is kind of your story right now. I think that there's something else that you're learning here in this reading, okay, based on this reading. So I think that there was something that came to light here with the High Priestess and the Seven of Swords, and it maybe didn't come to light in the best way possible with the Seven of Swords, okay? Because, like, let's say you got the Sun card. The Sun card represents truth, exposure of the truth. That would maybe be a positive interpretation, but with the Seven of Swords and the High Priestess, there's something you learned and it didn't feel great. What is going on here? You have the Ace of Wands clarifying the Ace of Wands. Wow, in each column here, we have a card clarifying itself. Ace of Wands clarifying the Ace of Wands. We have the Six of Pentacles, and then we also have the Queen of Cups. That does not happen too often, okay? That is incredible. So let's just look at these three cards, right? I've already talked about the Ten of Wands. I've talked about the Seven of Swords. We now have the Ace of Wands. This is the spark of life, as I talked about. This is some sort of inspirational new beginning that you are setting foot on, setting path towards, or going down for yourself here, okay? And I think that these three cards are really highlighting kind of the results of what you learned, okay? And I think that first, this is a big experience for you. I think that you're going to make the best out of this opportunity, and I think that you're going to feel maybe after a period of like processing or like emotionally taking care of yourself, you're going to start something new that's going to be very, very exciting, okay? And sure, this could be a new relationship, but I think it's something else. Like, I think with the influence of the scales here, the Six of Pentacles, the Justice card, I think that you're going to tip the scales towards you going forward, okay? What I mean by that is maybe you've always put other people first. You're now going to start putting your needs and your emotional needs first in some way, especially with the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is somebody who's a great listener, okay? They won't just hear you, they will listen to you. They're also somebody who's really good at dealing with a situation like this. This is the traditional therapist of the tarot as well. So you don't have to do therapy, but maybe some of you are going to want to do that. And if you're not interested in that, maybe there's just a person in your life that can maybe help break this down for you. And you could find a lot of healing through that experience. On the bottom, you have the Page of Wands. There's an offer, invitation for you to start something completely new. Yeah, this rarely happens here, especially with the Orion energy, the Wheel of Fortune, and the double Ace of Wands clarifying itself. Wow. You're going to draw on the experience that you had here to set foot on a new path for yourself. And yeah, I mean, I think what I would say is, like, if this was my situation, I would take this as a blessing in disguise. That's what I would do. But it's not easy to do that, right? So, and you certainly don't have to do what I do. But, like, yeah, if this were my reading, that's what I would do. Or my situation, I would say. You have unexpected income, mature woman, pathway. There it is, set foot on a new path. Community, official person, and marriage. Okay. Yeah, there may be something going on with the relationship here with marriage, bad health. But pathway may indicate that this is a kind of unfolding situation. It may take 3 to 6 months, but that's not the important part. The important part of the pathway is this is your dharma. Okay, this is the path that you're supposed to be walking on in this lifetime. Sometimes in life, the wrong train takes you to the right station. Okay? I wrote this quote down specifically for this set of readings. Sometimes in life, the wrong train takes you to the right station. And I think that this is where you are. And I think that you're going to get to the right station eventually. So this is what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.